All you gonna do is look human.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are live. Happy Friday to all of you. We're just so excited for this moment. It seems like it's been forever since we had this session. I know we had one session that was canceled. That was was that Wednesday? Yeah, that was Wednesday. We had one session that was canceled due to the inaugural. So we were really, really excited about that. I'm sure you're probably wondering where the other person is. She coming. You know, I don't want to say she up in age, but she told me that yesterday. She said, you know, I'm up in age. I said, you ain't that up in age. But anyway, come on, Mimi. But anyway,
I heard a young girl.
Yeah, because you up in age, because y'all about 76 years apart. Okay, not literally. I'm just joking.
9 years. It's just like Abraham and Sarah. No, so we ain't having no kids.
Yeah, no. We don't want to do Sarah. Mama, why is you? What? This is where the seat is at. You need to move over. Mama just want to be like. Then if I get too close, you tell me to move over that way. Look, you know what? This hot chair is finna get on my nerves. I feel like comes together. Okay, is that better? Yeah, that's better. All right. Hi, everybody. They had to pick that. He got the coffee.
This is working on me. Be ready in a minute.
Well, thank you so much for all my faithful viewers. We really do appreciate it. Hey, Sandy, thank you so much for just being so supportive, and even for those that come in a little bit later, even after the video has been recorded, we really do appreciate it. Yes. We enjoy these moments. I don't know about you, but we really do enjoy. Did he move over some? You out? Want to move over some more? No, don't, because we was having trouble with the stool, the baby stool. But we really enjoy these moments. It's an opportunity for us to do ministry in a different form. And so it's all about, at this point, it's all about ministry. But thank you again. Again, we have to get back into the swing of things. So before we get into it, I got to do my preliminary stuff. Next week, we will be back with our PK Live, our same crew, but I do have a very, very, very special guest that's going to be joining in with us, and I'm so excited. She agreed to come on, so we're excited about that. If you are a part, Mama, quit. No, water. If you are part, the water is coming. So don't worry about it. It's dry. It's coming on the book, Mama. That coffee got on 10. If you are a part of my email subscription list on my website, please join now, subscribe, because I send in reminders, I send in things that I'm doing very, very regularly. All right, Gigglebox. So this is what we do. So if you get a chance to go to IamTrikaB.com and subscribe to my email list. I will be revealing the guest for next week on the PK next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Also, what's going to be different for next week, we're going to have a family live, an extended version of the Raising PKs with just my mom and my brother. It's a little bit more in depth as far as her view of how and why, her views on discipline, as far as how she raised us. I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's going to be Tuesday. So again, you get to know this stuff if you just go to I Am Trikaby right now at the end, at the bottom of the screen, the website. It says contact or subscribe. Actually, there's a pop-up. As soon as you get to the website, it pops up, you put your email in there, boom, done. So please subscribe today so you get a chance to know who, what, when, where, and why, because things change. So, and then next Wednesday, PK, next Tuesday, my mom and my brother, we will be on next Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. So thank you so much for all the people that have ordered. Please continue to purchase, because when I tell you, you should have whatever you say and you say, oh my goodness, thank you, thank you, thank you. When I tell you the hand of God is on what is happening, not just me, but I notice it in a lot of people near me, a lot of people connected to me. God has their hand on them. They're going out, they're being creative, they're doing things. This is the season, even in a time of pandemic. This is the season for God to bless his people. So with that being said, we're going into time to forgive. Now, with that being said, we just experienced something really momentous on January 20th. It was huge, right? So I say all that to say, in order to move forward, you have to forgive. In order to have good mental health, forgiveness has to take place. That's just what I believe. That's just what I know, and it works. So this is a part of our continuous mental health series, Time to Forgive, whatever it may be. So in this hour and a couple of minutes, we're going to be going into detail as far as forgiveness. Now, I always allow my parents are very strong as far as their content with helping me. I always tell my mom and dad, look, y'all do the content and all that. Let me do the behind the scenes stuff. Let me do the logistics. Let me figure out the schedule. Let me do this. They are very strong as far as, I call them think tanks. They allow me to get, my brain is everywhere, okay? So look now, come on. Y'all putting all this other stuff out here, go to work. But just so you know, I take very good care of my parents. It's not just a one-sided thing. It's not all about Trika. Trust me, all of this is happening under an umbrella of love and a drive that my parents are giving me. And even, we haven't even got my grandparents yet. Yeah. My grandparents are a huge drive. Yeah. We're going to snatch them. One of these days, and my uncle, they drive this to no end. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Monster, you got your legal pad. Let's go to work.
Okay. But we're talking about forgiveness, and I don't know whether I'm the right person to start it off, because I know for many years I was a very unforgiving person.
No way.
But after Jesus Christ came into my life, that's when I learned how to forgive. Because before that, if you did something to me, if I had to wait 5 years, I was going to pay you back.
Oh boy. So you were vindictive, huh?
Oh yeah. I was going to get you. If you said somebody I was going to say, and I was going to try to get you at a chance where I can embarrass you in front of some people and say what I had to say.
Oh, you was petty before petty existed, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, then.
So I had it in me real good. But thank God, once I got saved, I changed. And I will say, I still have one problem, and I have to work with that.
Just one?
Well, that's the main one that get me going. People saying something about me or doing something to me, I can forgive you. Mm-hmm. But if you slighted my parents years ago, seems like that still sticks to me. If I see somebody who they said or did something wrong to my folks, I still hold it against them. If I see somebody who stole from my dad or stole from my mother, it's just still something about it. I see them and I want to do something to them, or, expose them, or, that sort of thing. So I have to be prayed for in that area. Do you find it harder, what about you? With family or that type of thing? Does that bother you? Andrea? You want to go first, or you want to ask Trika to go?
What is wrong with you?
You know what? For one thing, I thank God for forgiveness because I ain't always been able to laugh like this.
That's a testimony. Because wasn't nothing funny.
See, no, wasn't nothing funny.
I know.
So I thank the Lord for the joy of the Lord being down inside of me, because in earlier years was nothing funny. But in my earlier years being a pastor's daughter, I was very verbal. And I still am very verbal, but it's more,
It's censored.
It's censored, it's more discipline with age.
So why the kids are like that then, huh?
Yeah.
I'm still working on the censored part.
But yeah, it would I saw a whole lot, especially by my dad being in so many different organizations and different things that he was in, and I was with my dad all the time, and so by being around him a whole lot, and it even being at the homestead there, home address church, I saw a whole lot, and yeah, it did bother me a whole lot. And back then, you really wasn't able to say anything. You wasn't able to say anything, even though I did talk to my mom quite a bit. But it was difficult sometimes to get your point across because of different other situations, and other people had different priorities over you because of man-made titles, or because they gave more money, or because they did more. So that type of thing. But I used it. I used to just try to ask God to help me, and then I would ask God to help me. Turn it around. Use it. What is that about using lemons for lemonade or whatever?
Yeah.
So I would always see those different things and ask God to help me to reverse it inside of my spirit and my soul, so that it doesn't make me a bitter person. So I didn't want to come up being a bitter older woman. So, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it was sort of revealed to me years ago, because I'd be in a lot of meetings with your dad and everything, and it would upset me, some of the things that he would take and everything. And then it's sort of like the Lord just opened my eyes to see that was one of the reasons why he was living so long and everything, because he was able to walk in love no matter what. And it was trying to reveal to me that you have to walk in love. Because that hate or that anger will kill you if you let it. And so, I received that. Now, still, I can't say that I'm to the place where I could take all the things that he took. But I know even today, talking to him, he's not a bitter man at all.
No, my mom either.
Yeah.
No.
They're amazing when it comes to that.
And it would be hard for me to say that some of the things he went through would have made me bitter. I can't really tell you that.
Awesome examples of forgiveness.
Yeah, they are amazing. I don't know what they take. They must take a forgiveness and an anti-bitterness pill.
It's somewhere in the cabinet. I don't know where. I'm still looking for it.
Because I'm like, did you see what just happened? And it ain't bothering you? And my grandmother's, I just pray a lot. I get on my knees and I pray. Outside of praying, when you come up.
I just want to come up with some hands.
But that song say, try Jesus, don't try me. Because I throw hands. That song was written for us, okay?
Yeah. But, protecting your family and everything, I think that's really something that just is in all of us in a sense. Because you're seeing them, and if you know that they're good people, you hate to see people taking advantage of them.
Of their heart, take advantage of their heart.
And I noticed that too. Now I'm gonna say something. I noticed that.
She's been.
Cause you know my grandparents' heart, and that's why I always say, being sweet and kind does not mean I'm stupid and simple. That does not mean that.
Yeah.
That a lot of times they people prey on what they prey on what they can get away with. Okay, she's sweet, she's tolerable, she has a high level of receiving nonsense. So I could just do whatever and that's not gonna matter. They take advantage of that, like they take advantage of God's grace. Well, he died on the cross for my sins, he'll forgive me. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it might,
it might run out. Jesus might be like, expiration date, cut it off, you're done. Throw the whole person away. Just throw it all away. Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear us good? Because I didn't have my other device. If you can, just say yes or no. Because sometimes I don't have my other device. So if you can hear us, all you gotta do is just put some in the comments, yes, thumbs up or something like that. Because it's hard to kind of get a balanced sound with what's going on. Okay, all right, cool. Next, all right.
Now, with forgiveness, and I want to know what y'all think about this here, is that now I feel like I can forgive you, but I don't know, I can't trust you again. And so, do I have to be able to trust to say I forgive you because, because I don't care and I'm not gonna carry nothing or I'm not gonna try to get even? That doesn't mean I'm gonna put you in the same situation or let you get a chance to take advantage of me again.
I agree. What they say, I was reading something where it was talking about forgiveness, and it says just because I forgive you, that does not mean we're gonna break bread together. I'm using my own interpretation of what I read, but that doesn't mean we're gonna invite you back in. We're not gonna go and sell Girl Scout cookies together. We ain't gonna break bread. We're not gonna braid each other's hair and do each other's fingernails. No, it means, and I understand that, I forgive you, but that doesn't mean I need to talk to you every day. That doesn't mean, we're gonna go shopping or talk on the phone. I forgive you. I have nothing against you. Let it go. God be with you. I'll even smile. I'll hug your neck. I'll make sure you're okay. But then we're gonna move on. Yeah. It's like creating boundaries within your inside. Yeah. The Bible says, avoid the ever presence of evil.
Yeah, and if at all possible,
that's the King James version. Yeah. Or the NLT, whichever one. Yeah. Y'all know what she's saying. Yeah.
And sometimes people won't allow you to live at peace with them. And so you don't just put yourself in harm's way when you know that person's personality. Mm-hmm. But you love them with the love of God. And God gives you grace to love that person, when you see them and pray for them and ask God to help their mind, because that's their problem. It's not yours. Once you release that and ask God to help you and you forgive them, you just let it go and you move on with your life.
So do you guys agree with that? Drop something down in the comments and let me know. Some people feel completely different about that. Mm-hmm. But even in my experience, I've been hurt a lot, like everybody else has. Yeah. But the biggest hurt, I think we was talking about this earlier. Is that leading to the next question?
Yeah. Does words or actions hurt the most? Is that where you're going?
No, but I can get back to that. But yeah, let me answer that though. Does words or action hurt the most? What do you think? For me, I think both. It just depends on, so it just depends on the person. For me, I'm very spiritually sensitive. So I could pick up a person's spirit like a lint trap. That's just how God made me, and I might not show it. So you might say something, and I know you're just completely ignorant of what you're saying. And then you might do something and really don't mean to do it, but I look past it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Your actions might come across as real jerky or selfish or whatever the case might be. And I might kind of just ignore it. But then sometimes it's both. It just depends on, but everybody's not, the mechanics, they don't have my mechanics as far as, oh, I can pick up your spirit. Because you can't go outside and telling folks that. They're like, what?
Yeah, I think it depends on the person and how the person says it. Because you can say something with a kind spirit and where you won't, hurt anybody's feelings, but you can say it to help that person. And then you can turn around and say that same sentence where you can hurt that person's feelings and it can come off negative. So if you say it under kindness, then it'll reach that person's heart with kindness. So I think it depends on how you say it.
Yeah. I think, well, in my situation, growing up, it was usually people tried to use words, like they would always be calling me fat boy, stuff like that.
Well, that's different. Well, that's different.
Or doing something derogatory like that, or signifying or whatever.
Yeah, well,
so you have to learn that I can't walk around here being sad or with my feelings hurt all the time.
Well, that's different.
Because they're ignorant or whatever. And that's what
they mean it to aggravate you and get you started.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, you have to ride those school buses back and forth to school. And
don't get triggered started on school buses. Don't get started.
So I'm just saying.
Have anybody seen the Magic School Bus on Channel 11? It was the negative ghetto version. And I'm not going to even go into it because I just had a quick flashback. Okay. And you got to sit next to the most stickiest kid on the bus. Oh, daddy.
Or somebody don't want you to sit down next to them or whatever it is, because you get off a bunch of
land. They sit all like this and all of that. Ain't nobody want to sit next to you anyway.
What was that other the Reading Rainbow program?
That's a different show. The Magic School Bus with the
yeah. Oh, okay.
They went exploring all
bodies and stuff.
Yeah. Somebody said that they were thinking the same thing. What I just said is both for them. Sometimes no words can be the worst.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just a pure action.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, okay, so I'm gonna use this for an example. Like, we all are in the tech world right now. So we text, we email, we're doing this and this like that. For me, what I get sensitive with and what I think can hurt is if I text you and what I'm texting you is really serious, not really serious, and it don't have to be nothing minor, but you ignore it.
Oh, okay.
You know,
get up the person and respond back.
Like if we're having actual dialogue about something important, whether or not you can do this or do this or do that, will this work or tomorrow work? I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
But if we're actually having a dialogue via text, and that's the only way we could communicate, because we're trying to get, and you don't respond, that's the worst. That's the biggest, highest form of disrespect ever. Okay. And then the next day you text like, oh, hey, did you just see, I just mailed you a book. Did you not, what's wrong with you? You know, that could hurt.
Okay.
But for me, I had to learn, I could be sensitive in certain areas. You know.
Well, some people can just be spacey, and something can get a hold to their, and they forget, and then the time go by and they be like, oh, you know what, I forgot to.
I'm not talking about that.
Oh, okay.
If I have been having a texting conversation with you for the last 25 minutes,
okay,
and you mean to tell me I asked you a question, on whether or not you want life support or not. And
with your life support, you can't take.
I'm exaggerating.
Okay. I'll take out the blind wig. Go ahead.
I'm saying that in a form of we're having a serious conversation.
Okay.
Even though that's why I don't like serious conversations or via text. But if I gotta talk to you, this happens.
Oh, okay.
And I'm talking to you, and then all of a sudden you just
Drop out the conversation.
All you gotta do is say, I'll get back to you. Just something simple.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry. Not 3 days later, then you ask me how I'm doing. But anyway, I kind of digressed a little bit. But that's a part of, to me, that's a part of what can hurt as far as me being slightly sensitive to people's actions and words.
Okay, because it looks like they don't want to talk to you no more.
No, they don't want to answer the question because they are coward.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, same thing. They don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, coward or they uncomfortable.
Okay.
That's, you know what I mean? That's why certain situations, that's texting one-on-one. Certain conversations, I had to learn that. You just don't do it over the text.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Cut.
Sorry.
Next.
Go ahead.
Moving off on time.
We have my own dialogue over here.
So what do you think of people who, they started off with, if I offended you, if I offended,
So if they're
anyone, I'm sorry,
So if they're starting off an apology with an if, is that what you're saying?
right.
Okay, so at this particular point, I have realized in my life, people apologizing is very difficult for them. So in order to keep me from, again, this is mental health, keep me from wanting to say something negative to you, I'm gonna meet you where you are, because it's quite obvious you can't go all the way down the street. But if you're gonna meet me halfway, that's the way you made up, because I've already realized, consider the source.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, and let it go.
And let it go, because at this time and age, there's certain things your energy cannot be geared towards. What you mean if I? What do you mean? Then
it goes, it just keeps going.
And then you done had a whole heart stroke, your blood pressure is all up, you can't sleep, because of if I. Look, if that's all you can give me, that's where you are.
Yeah.
And we done. Let's move on to something else, because you're not gonna worry me. That's just me.
No, I agree with that. Just move on. Yeah. You have to meet people where they are, because forgiveness anyway is for you.
It's for you.
For yourself. When you lay down at night, because you don't know if you're gonna wake up. I mean, we got faith that we're gonna wake up, but you know what I'm saying? When it's for you. You want to do a self-check when you close your eyes anyway.
That's right.
Did I do this right? Did I say that right? So it's for us.
Okay, well, how do you feel about yourself? At your age now, because I'm talking about me at my age.
110.
71.
I love messing with my daddy. See, this
He gonna get you.
Quick little break. See, he used to give me all the time when I was young, and I couldn't say nothing. And he would do it all the time, and I just. So now,
you literally did. You used to do that.
So now it's time to reap a harvest. Okay, as you were.
Okay, at your age, how do you think is your life different than what you expected it to be at this age? And do you ever get angry at yourself in the sense that it may not be exactly what you had planned it out to be? And if so, would you need to forgive yourself for some things?
Yeah, that's a good question. At my age, well, first of all, the biggest thing, and I'm okay with saying this, but the biggest thing for me is I would have never thought that I would be 41, not married, no kids. You couldn't have told me that would be my testimony. As far as forgiving myself, a lot of things, decisions that I made, that was a process.
So you did carry some things that you was disappointed in?
Oh yeah, well, I feel like I could have went further in education. I was always a bookworm. I love the library, love learning, love getting degrees. That was just me, and I'm not saying it's so cavalier, but that was just me. And even now, I feel like we was talking about this today. Yeah. Why didn't the creative side? It seems like the creative part of me has come out at this age, And I would be like, God, why didn't it come out earlier? I would have been so much farther along.
Yeah.
But it's the timing of God. So, I mean, I'm okay though. But the biggest thing is, you know, the choices and companionship.
But it has the devil, I mean, because he's even did me like that, trying to point up different things or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that you.
Well, but but see, you taught me this. But once you know that he is the father of all lies, and you look at, you know, just, okay, so the simple thing like this, you ain't gonna do this, what you doing ain't gonna work, and the people laughing at you, they talking about you, they da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, I know he's the father of all lies because in my spirit, I already know the Bible says I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So, but that was a process. It took time to get to that point. But even now, like sometimes the devil still comes and says, well, you ain't gonna never be married. You're gonna be successful. You're gonna have this, but you're gonna be by yourself. You dumb. Thank you for telling me that. So that means you lied. Okay, thank you. Thank God for the success part. But, you know, I was already successful. Yeah. I just was never, you know, bragged about it and all that. But I've always had, you know, the brains. But I'm just saying, even, right, but even now, I do get that because I live alone. You know, and I'm always with my family. My dad says, as long as you don't start getting them cats, we're gonna be okay. Because I'm still pet shopping. But I just said all that to say is that sometimes that still bothers me because I feel like, man, maybe I should have made the right decision with the people that I was talking to at dating. But then I realized they the dummies, not me.
Yeah, because the Bible said he that findeth, you can't find him.
Thank you.
He got to finish his finding.
Right.
The man has to finish his completeness.
Right.
You can't finish it for him.
No,
so
no.
If he don't finish, then you can't be finished. So you have to keep moving along.
But see, I had to learn that.
Yeah.
And that was a part of the forgiving part. Do not be mad at yourself.
Right.
Because that particular relationship didn't work. That was them. They were not complete. They weren't finished in their process. They wanted to be. And so even at that, you forgive yourself. And sometimes I'm still working on forgiving some of them because I want to, I forgot y'all was right there because I was ready to go in. Wait. My mama had to stop me. I forget. We laughed. This big old light and stuff. No, you can't do that, Trigger. Come back. But 7% like Caroline. Ooh, geez, the cat got him. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I'm okay with saying I'm still working on that because this is just how I feel about myself. Okay. You pass me up, you the dummy. Okay. You's the dummy. Okay. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Okay. I'm not saying I got it all together.
All right.
But you stupid.
Okay.
Amen. Okay.
Okay.
You know, what got me was that you were always so great at music. That's why I thought you were. How did you know when the kids? That's
from her teasing me all the time. That's what she gets. That's what she get from teasing me.
The kids,
from teasing me and mom.
Gets me.
Being an educator.
Yeah.
That's from teaching my mom and my grandmother. I used to talk about them all the time. I would never be doing that. Y'all crazy to be teaching them little stupid kids. Yeah. Like, I was just mean.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
And here we are.
Yes, she is.
I've been in education, 7 years?
Yeah. I'm retired and here she is.
7, 8 years.
Not you. That was. It never even crossed my mind. You did that.
Because they know how I am about kids. Oh, I couldn't take kids.
Same time.
Yeah. And so now, okay, this is what Mama talking about. And it's special ed. Wow. Okay. It's funny.
Then she used to talk about my shoes and I'll be coming in walking, my feet just keep going everywhere. I have all these bags. And so when she come in, her feet be going everywhere. She have all these bags. I said, look at her. Look, my hair be all over. I think, yeah.
Okay, your mama.
Yeah, and I just be at home looking crazy, doing a remote teacher. But you know what? I enjoy teaching the little ones. They're fun. My age preference is the kindergartners and first grade. We just have a ball.
They are amazing. Those little ones are my favorites too. They're
So I don't get mad about that part because God had a purpose.
Well, like your mother, she was in teaching, but seemed like her real gift was in nursing.
Yeah.
You know, she's just
Nurse Cratchit.
You know, she just I think she's the nurse her father back to health. She nursed me back to health, and she just goes in there. She stays in the health clubs. I mean, and getting these herbs and all these different things. She would come in, and she knows all kind of. She knows everything. You know, prescriptions as far as those herbs and stuff.
And I think that was more fun.
I don't mean no smoking herbs. I mean, I'm just saying.
No, not the weed.
No, not the weed. But I think the scientific part was more fun than the teaching part that I did. So I'm like, well, I should have went into the scientific part, but God knows.
But are you okay with where you are as far as do you forgive yourself with the whole not okay, I could have went this way?
Yeah, I used to feel, that's a good question for me. I used to feel bad about that because, well, my first thing, well, I had two things there that I had to forgive myself on because I didn't go into fashion design. And then the other one was archaeology. I wanted to be an archaeologist. Okay. And then the teacher, and then the scientific part. Okay. So then I had a big opportunity to go away to college, and I had to forgive myself about that. That's one regret that Andrea had to forgive herself about that because I feel like I wasted a lot of time not going away to college. I was scared, didn't want to leave my family, and I should have went away to college. I would have did a lot better. So yeah, I had to work with myself for a while on that and forgive myself for that one.
What about you, Dad?
Well, I had to work with a whole lot of things at first, and then, like I said, once I became saved, and I sort of understand the plan of God, I did a whole lot better with everything, and leaving those things behind. And going forward, because I realized, God has a destiny for me. And even like Joseph in life, the way he started out, you wouldn't believe that he was going to end up where he did and everything. And everything God has shown me, although it has looked impossible, has came to pass over the years. So I just know that some kind of way it's going to come to pass. Now, I don't usually see no way for this to happen. And God, are you sure? You know what I mean? But he's real. That's why I keep on saying that he's real. Yes. He's real. And so when I became saved, I used to get angry at my mother because every time something would happen, she would use that scripture over there, Romans, 8:28. All things work together for good to them who love God and are called according to his purpose. Yeah. So I have found out it is so true. It was so true for her. And me with my education back then, I'd get so frustrated with her because that would be her quote, but it would work out for her every time in her favor. Yeah. And God is doing the same thing for me. So all things keep on working out for good. Yeah. At the time, it may not look good.
Right, yeah.
But God has a purpose in the end where I'm going to come out on top.
Yeah.
So that's why I guess, I can say, as far as forgiveness, I don't let it trip me out because I just put it in God's hand. All things work together for good. Even you coming against me, even you trolling me, or even you doing anything else, God is still going to work that out for my good.
Yeah.
He said he gonna make your enemies your footstool. So you might as well bend your back over now. You can do it now or you can do it later, but your back is gonna go over. And I got size 13 feet, so they going on top of your back.
Yeah, some shrimp feet. Yeah, yeah. But and I know and I know we laugh and we jost about things, but I'm okay with, and I just want you guys to understand, you have to be okay with talking about where you are. You know I have my moments. I went out on a tangent about 5 or 6 minutes ago.
That's okay, Trika.
But I'm okay with saying that you can tell that still bothers me. That still irks me, because my question is, what? And it's okay. It's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. But I have my parents, they hear this all the time, things. They hear it. That's what, yeah. I mean, I can't sit here at the house, have a whole conversation.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
But I'm saying I'm okay with where I'm at. And the more you just kind of express what's going on inside, because a lot of times we suppress thoughts because we're thinking, oh, you shouldn't think like that. And you shouldn't be, oh, da 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 da. But forgiveness is healing. What you doing, Mom?
Look, I said, please, I feel right to sign. Please don't do that, because we're talking about mental health. Look, we talk about mental. You can't see that, but we're talking about mental health. So please don't do that. You don't got to. Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
I know I'm acting silly.
This is the part of I Am Trika B. It's the whole, all these layers.
I'm just clowning.
we are all covered in layers.
Yeah.
And the layers expose the good, the bad,
like an onion.
There you go. Sometimes them layers make you cry, and sometimes them layers stink.
Yeah.
And sometimes them layers you just throw it away. Okay, I'm sorry. You still got your itinerary. I'm sorry.
No,
we just going on.
No, it was one more thing, and she was sort of going over it anyway.
Okay.
And are there things you had to get over and move on? If so, how? You know, I think my biggest thing is when, for me, was, and I don't even know if my wife even remembers this, but when we were in the hospital for my son, I think that was the time when they were saying about his heart and everything. It was another little girl in there.
Yeah, I remember her with the cigarette burns.
She had the cigarette burns all over her.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt we should have did something and possibly adopt her.
Yeah.
We made no moves, and that still bothers me.
Yeah, I think
today.
I think we were going through so much we didn't
follow up.
Yeah, we didn't even think to follow up on that baby. Yeah.
But I had to forgive myself. It still
really
sticks in my head sometimes.
Okay.
You know, enemy use that to try to, you know.
Because she used to reach out for you. You remember that?
Right. Yeah. I remember that. So.
Yeah. Nobody never came and saw that baby either.
No, she's just in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it just, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think we were just, we was going through so much.
And Jay was in there.
Jay was in there.
His heart or something. And,
yeah, and Jay had, this was Jay's second or third time with double pneumonia.
Right.
This was at Eagles Hospital. So we were going through so many different issues ourselves. We didn't even think to pursue and even ask the nurse about the baby at all.
Yeah.
But I remember when
they be reaching out for me, and
we
didn't. And that bothered me to this day.
Oh wow. Okay.
How old was the baby?
Like Jay is about 2 or 3.
Yeah, she's about Jay's age.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't even think we ever talked with Trika about it.
Yeah, you told me about it.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but we was going through so much ourselves at the time.
We didn't think it wasn't on purpose, but we just didn't think, because we were fighting ourselves so much and trying to help Jay live, you know, so trying to help ourselves live. So yeah.
But you know, going in there sitting with Jay and then, you know, this little girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that image kind of stays in your head.
Right.
So how did you get past that as far as the forgiving yourself for not moving on it?
I've had to accept it. For me to still remember it, I feel like and feel bad. I don't know whether you ever just have totally gotten over it, but it's just something that you wish that you had done.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
don't hold myself where I'm beating myself up for it, but it's just, man, I wish I could do a do-over with that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Do you, Ma?
Yeah, because with him with that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there anything else?
No, that's the only thing that
Okay.
The other things, I done moved on and
Okay.
just keep it moving.
Okay. Now, there's one other thing we wanted to allude to, as far as the forgiveness part. Those of you, we all see half of your face. You get in the camera, Mom.
Okay.
Those of you that had a chance to listen to the story of my mom raising me by herself, the beginning part of parenthood, and the things that she went through, there were some things that we were kind of talking about regarding my birth father. And a lot of people don't realize that there was redemption there. People are very quick to draw a negative conclusion as to what happened to her and the abandonment and the whole leave it, whatever, the whole thing. But, and I'll say my spiel and then you can share your spiel.
Yeah, go ahead.
But he's not here. And this is not an issue of defending him, but there's an issue of setting the record straight. My birth father, he asked, before he died, he asked me to forgive him. Now, I was what? I want to say I was 15, 16 years old. And he called me up and he asked to forgive me. He asked for my forgiveness. And for prior to, it was a lot of questions and this and that and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It was just a lot of negative things going on, but he asked for forgiveness. So who am I to hold that now and not forgive him? He's dead in his grave. As a lot of times we are still angry and upset and won't forgive people that gone. They done turned into dust 3, 4, 5 times. But one thing I want to say, and on his behalf, even though he's no longer here, he genuinely asked, Trika, will you forgive me for not being the right father, for not doing this, he went all the way down the list. At that time, I didn't really understand, but years later, and then not shortly after, he died. So once I got to that part, I said, wow. So it was hard for me because I hear a lot of negative things about my birth father. But at the end of the day, I never really shared that story. But at the end of the day, he apologized. So why am I, 41 years old, still holding on to something? That's my story. This is what happened to me. I cannot speak for the rest of the other kids that have been produced. I cannot say that, but I'm saying my story as to why that happened. I cannot explain it to you, but I know for me, it was freeing for me because you're 16, 15, 16, you got all these questions, your hormones is all crazy, you don't know what's going on, why this, why that, but I was grateful because I had a wonderful example of an amazing father. So we have to be honest and be careful about the things that we say because we don't know the whole story. So just to say that, that's what happened for me.
Well, the part that I can talk about, piggybacking off of what my daughter said, again, this is my disclaimer. This is the part that I can share.
James Moore, Reverend James Moore did call me the day before he passed. And we talked a couple of hours, and he went down the list. You know, he said, oh, I should have did this, and I didn't do that, and I wish I had did this, and I didn't even really talk. I didn't say anything. Lord said, just listen to him. Let him get it out. Let him talk. And so I listened to him talk. And he asked me, he said, Andrea, will you forgive me? And then I said, well, James, I forgave you a long time ago. I had already forgiven you. I had already forgiven you and moved on. And then he said, well, I appreciate that, and I thank you for that. He said, because I'm tired, I'm ready to go home and be with the Lord. He said, I'm canceling all my dialysis.
Yep, he stopped going to dialysis.
Yeah, he said, I don't want to take dialysis anymore. And I wanted to say something. I said, no, just listen to him, let him finish. He said, I don't want to do any more dialysis. This is it. You know, I want to go home, be with the Lord. I'm tired. And he said, you know, I love Trika. He said, and I appreciate everything that you tried to do for me to help me, and et cetera, et cetera. And then he said, I want to sing the song. So I said, okay, go ahead. And then he sang and everything. And then we hung up. And then that next morning, I got a call. He had died. And so I just want to that's my disclaimer, in how I'm just thankful of the word forgiveness, and how God will give you joy in the midst of any kind of relationship that you're going through. He will make sure, if your heart is right, he will make sure that relationship is healed. When you have a child, he'll make sure that everything is put at peace for you and that child. And because I had, if you go back to some of the earlier videos, I had made a decision, and I told James this. I told him, I never said anything negative to Trika about you.
No.
Yeah, I never, I didn't want to do that. That wasn't necessary. That wasn't necessary to do, you know. And so you never want to put that venom out there to the kid, you know, because it paints a negative picture as the child gets older and everything. So I just want to let people know, you know, be encouraged in your relationship, and just use their power of forgiveness, because it's very powerful.
Not only is it powerful, but it gives you peace of mind. And forgiveness and negativity does not work together.
Yeah.
I even with all that's going on with the transition of leadership in the White House, some people are just still negative. My granny, she made a statement, and she said that, and I posted it too, is that some people will not change. Some people like to be defiant. Like, defiant is what they get a kick out of. So if you are always negative, that's a sign of really bad negative mental health that you're dealing with. You know, I would rather look at things in a positive perspective. I don't care what your perspective is about what's going on in the world. I do know who Jesus is. I do know who's in charge of the world. But at the same time, I'm going to find something positive out of it, and I'm going to celebrate it. Because at the end of the day, it's about celebrate what's good. If you don't agree with it, don't nobody want to hear nothing negative all the time. Come on. Like, you get, you know, like, I enjoyed the fact that everybody was in unity. I enjoyed the fact that the females, they were celebrating of all colors. Why not? Please tell me why not.
Even our presidents, they came together and collaborated and appreciated the new president.
You know what I mean? We're going to disagree. Okay, now we got to watch, we got to see and see. Let's pray that he do what he do. But okay, but why not celebrate where you are? If it's a good, positive thing that's going on, positive energy, celebrate right where you are. And when there's things that are negative that come up, then you deal with it then. All this negativity, I just can't deal with it at all. Like, it's like, oh, okay, I feel it. Let's just, you're gonna find something not to be happy about, which is a reflection of what's going on inside of your mind. And it's a reflection about who you are. I'm not gonna always agree with what's going on, but one thing is for sure, I am learning to censor what I don't agree with. You know what I mean? Because maybe that person don't want to hear about it. Again, it's all about maintaining good mental health and forgiving where we are. Forgiving, okay, that happened. We're going to pray for them. Move on. Next. Let's close the book, put that away, and then let's move on to something else. That's how I operate in my own personal life, because carrying all of that, it's too much. It'll make you sick. It'll keep you up at night. You can't get your prayers answered. And a part of being a good leader is having, and that's why Granddaddy and Granny are good leaders. Because they have that censor of, I'm not going to hold nothing in my heart. I'm not going to hold it. I'm going to keep it moving. But you have to have that in order to continue to move and do your job. You ain't going to always agree with stuff, because the folks out here, they still going to be who they are. They're still going to do this. The whole world is trying to shift and change. It's encouraging positivity. And some people still just going to be ignorant. Some people still gonna be mean. Some people still gonna be negative, and some people that's just who they are. I'ma love you anyway, but you keep your negative stuff over there. I can't deal with that. Negativity affects people differently. As you can tell, that's a nerve thing. Because we spent the last umpteen years in negativity, and it affected a lot. Hundreds of thousands of people are gone. So that can really mess with your head. We've lost loved ones, we've lost friends, neighbors, leaders, people that have served and worked hard, and they're gone. And the last thing you want to deal with is somebody got something crazy to say. If you don't agree with it, go back into your prayer closet, pray. You'll be all right.
And why take, and I keep saying this, life is a present. That's why they call it the present. And I feel like even now, 2021, God has given, for those of us that are believers on this thread here, those of us who are believers, God has given us grace to even go into 2021. Because of what all we went through last year. God has given us grace and given us a little bit more time to just enjoy a little bit of what's going on, to try to enjoy it, giving us a little bit more time to forgive, giving us a little bit more time to enjoy our family, giving us a little bit more time to get it right. You know what I mean? Giving us a little bit more time to enjoy these little things down here. Stuff. Enjoy the little stuff. And we need to, just giving us a little bit more time to just enjoy just what he's put down here on the earth. And I want to make sure that I have enough knowledge to understand, okay, he's allotting us a few more grace. Yeah, he's allotting us a little bit more grace down here. I'm sorry, Elder, you want to say something? Yeah.
As we get ready to close here, I just want to say, I forgive my daughter too. But you see her little Reese, she knows that this is my kryptonite. Right here. She brings him in and she sits him down here in front of me and everything. She knows that I try to keep my blood sugar in check. I do not eat, and that's the only thing that will tempt me is Reese's peanut butter. Anything else, she could have put any other candy down there but Reese's, but still she puts it down there. It was two of them at first. She didn't ate one, So someone went out the line, and then she gonna put it right down here in front of me.
Let me
And I
get,
figure that's wrong on her part.
but let,
So I forgive her though.
but let me get you right real quick. First of all, this is not Reese's. Okay, this is Trader Joe's dark chocolate peanut butter cup, which is way better.
Oh, I got it with me.
Way better than Reese's.
Same difference.
No, it's not. It is not, because this is way better for you. So Trader Joe's, shout out to Trader Joe's, because these are great. If you having an issue, a sugar problem, and you don't want to, you can't eat a lot of these. Knowing you, I don't know. But if it was a Reese's, yeah. But this, you don't like dark chocolate, do you?
You know, like I said, Reese's is my only weakness. The rest of them, you know, I
Okay,
can eat it.
so I'm gonna challenge you. You taste this, and you gonna taste the big difference.
Is it peanut butterish?
Yes.
Oh, well then yeah, he'll like it. Yeah, he'll like it.
Anyway,
That's your commercial right there for Trader Joe's. He'll like it.
anyway, I want to say thank you to all of you guys that are consistent and supporting. Thank you for supporting the website.
Yep, there you go.
Thank you. Let me see what you got.
There you go. Look out.
Like he
Don't mess up the shirt.
he digging into that like it's Christmas morning. It ain't.
Don't mess up the shirt wrapping what you got it with.
Now what's your verdict?
Let's hope Trader Joe call you for a commercial. Let's hope
It's a difference, ain't it? It's a big difference. You talking to a peanut butter and chocolate expert.
It's a little bit more chocolatey. Is that a word?
No. It's dark chocolate, Daddy. Dark chocolate. Oh, Lord. As we close, all lines in. Any questions, comments, concerns, or grievances? Okay. Oh, my goodness. But thank you.
Vegetables for the rest of us.
Yeah, festivals for the rest of us. All right. So thank you again. You all right? Let me hurry up and get them together because they having some problems. But I really
Good, only one.
I told you.
But anyway,
okay. So thank you. I need you to put that on you. Well, thank you so much. I'm trying to close. I feel like in Kojic Preachers, they got 6 curtain calls. What is this, the third one?
yeah.
It's 8:03. We behind schedule. People got stuff to do and other shows to watch. But thank you so much for supporting, and I appreciate it. Go to IamTriggerB.com and subscribe to my mailing list. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I thank you again. Please share this video, share your comments, take the time to enjoy it. The disclaimer is really simple. These are our stories. These are our experiences. It's not to make anybody feel bad or anything like that. Everything that we speak is true. The motive behind what we're doing is a form of ministry. It's a form of helping and healing and transparency and allowing you to be able to see what makes I Am Trigger B. And I am so grateful that God has allowed us to be at this particular moment, at this particular time. Without God, where would we be? So check us out. We get 2 shows next week. We're not going to be doing Friday. We're doing Tuesday. Tuesday is a special live because it's just going to be my mom, myself, and my brother. And we're going to be asking my mom some questions in regards to her raising us as a preacher's kid. So you don't want to miss that. I must encourage you. You get a chance to know more when you subscribe to my email list, my subscription list on my website. I tell you what's going on. You get a chance to know what's happening. Not only do you get a chance to know what's happening, but you get updates on what's happening at IamTriggerB.com. So please do that. And then join us Wednesday, I have a special guest. Yes, special guest. Yes. I'm really excited. She agreed to do it. If you join my subscription list on my I Am Trika B, you'll find out who that person is, and I'll be revealing that on my email list. So I'm excited about it. It's gonna be the whole crew. We're just adding someone else to join in on the PK Live this coming Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me know what you think. If you have any inquiries, any questions, if you are ready to get your virtual beauty and fashion consultant, I am your girl. You can email me at iamtrikab@gmail.com. I am still taking appointments. Thank you, Jesus. God is blessing. I'm so excited. I'm trying to keep myself in the seat because God is good. Y'all, I'm trying to tell you, when you obey, you will always stay. When you obey, you always win. When you obey, you can never fail. Till next time. Thank you, Mommy. Mimi, thank you, Master. And so now it is time to feast on the pound cake and the ice cream that I do not need, but God is good, ain't he? Thank God for the taste buds. Daddy like, yeah, amen. All right, love you guys. And until we meet again, have a wonderful week, and I'll see y'all next week.